I think the swamp is much more complex than we believe. I have always thought veteran Oak Island researchers and treasure hunters like Fred Nolan have long believed that the mysterious, triangle-shaped swamp could have been deliberately created centuries ago to hide an old shipwreck, buried treasure, secret tunnels, and a swamp that might be hiding something huge. This isn't just a story, it's real. For over 200 years, Oak Island has been at the center of one of the world's biggest treasure hunts. People have risked everything trying to uncover what's buried beneath this tiny island in Nova Scotia. Gold, priceless artifacts, a lost ship, no one knows for sure. But now, shocking new evidence suggests that a hidden shipwreck could be buried right under the swamp. If that's true, it changes everything. What was found? Who put it there? And why was it hidden? Discovery of the swamp's secrets. The Oak Island swamp has always been suspicious. It's oddly shaped, doesn't behave like a natural swamp, and has been throwing out strange clues for years. Some believe it was man-made, possibly as a way to hide something. Others think it could be covering up a shipwreck. Now, after years of waiting, the team finally gets to dig in a previously untouched area, hoping to uncover proof that the swamp isn't just another dead end. As the excavation begins, it doesn't take long before the first strange discovery appears: a handmade iron spike buried just beneath the surface. At first glance, it might seem like just another old piece of metal, but veteran treasure hunter Gary Drayton instantly recognizes its design. It's nearly identical to spikes found on Spanish galleons from the late 1600s and early 1700s. If that's the case, then this isn't just some random relic. It could mean that a ship from the age of pirates and treasure fleets once sat right here in the swamp. But how could a ship end up buried in the middle of an island? Some believe the answer goes back centuries. Oak Island has long been linked to the idea of hidden treasure. Pirates, privateers, and secretive organizations have all been rumored to have used the island as a hiding place. But rather than just burying their riches in the ground, could they have sunk an entire ship loaded with treasure and then covered it up with a swamp? It sounds crazy, but the idea isn't new. Decades ago, legendary Oak Island researcher Fred Nolan had a bold theory. He believed the swamp was not natural at all but was created on purpose to hide something, a shipwreck or even a secret entrance to the money pit. He spent years mapping out the area, convinced that the swamp held a key piece of the puzzle. Now, with modern technology and access to areas he could never fully explore, the team is picking up where he left off. As they dig deeper, another piece of the puzzle appears: a wooden survey stake deliberately placed in the swamp centuries ago. It's not just some random stick. Survey stakes are used to mark boundaries, construction zones, or even hidden structures. This raises an even bigger question: was someone planning something here long before anyone ever started looking for treasure? The more they dig, the more evidence stacks up. Signs of old structures, carefully placed stones, and now this survey stake suggests that the swamp wasn't just a natural body of water. It was altered, shaped, and possibly built for a very specific reason. But why? That's where the experts come in. Historians and archaeologists have studied similar sites around the world, and they all say the same thing: these kinds of features don't happen by accident. If there's evidence of human activity, then something significant must have happened here. The team has long suspected that Oak Island was more than just a random spot in the Atlantic. The discoveries in the swamp could be proof that something valuable was hidden and that people went to great lengths to keep it secret. Whether it was a lost ship, an underground vault, or a carefully engineered hiding place, one thing is clear: the swamp is not just another dead end. It could be the key to finally solving the mystery of Oak Island. But there's still one big question left to answer: if there really is a buried ship, who put it there? And what were they trying to hide? Unveiling a possible buried ship. New technology allows the team to scan deeper than ever before. Using ground-penetrating radar, sonar imaging, and high-powered excavation tools, they begin mapping the swamp's underground layers. Almost immediately, they see unusual patterns, straight lines, and large wooden anomalies buried deep beneath the muck. These aren't natural formations. They look like the remains of something constructed. Could these be the timbers of an old ship? If so, how much of it is left? And what might still be inside? A shipwreck buried under the swamp could mean treasure, documents, or even artifacts that could completely rewrite history. The discovery of a handmade spike makes even more sense now. If a Spanish galleon or another type of 17th or 18th century vessel is buried here, it could be filled with clues. But what if it was intentionally burned? Some researchers believe that a ship was set on fire before being sunk, possibly to hide its contents. This could explain why some of the iron artifacts pulled from the swamp show signs of extreme heat damage. Carmen Legg, an expert in historical shipbuilding, examines a recently uncovered iron strap. His conclusion: it belonged to a sailing ship likely from the early to mid-1700s. The iron is charred, indicating it was exposed to fire before being buried in the swamp. If someone wanted to erase all evidence of a ship, burning it before sinking it would be a logical strategy. But who would go to such lengths? Theories behind the buried ship. There are a few major theories, and each one is more incredible than the last. Theory 1: Spanish pirates hid treasure on Oak Island. One of the most popular theories is that Spanish pirates used Oak Island as a secret hiding place during the 1600s and 1700s. Spanish galleons carrying gold, silver, and jewels frequently traveled through the Atlantic. Some never made it back. Could one of those ships have been brought here deliberately, burned, and hidden beneath the swamp to cover up the loot inside? Pirates were known to destroy evidence of their stolen goods. If a group of them managed to steal a treasure-filled ship and needed a place to stash it, Oak Island would have been the perfect remote hideout. Instead of burying treasure in a chest, why not sink the entire ship and let nature do the rest? Burning it first would ensure that no one could trace it back. Theory 2: A secret society hid something valuable. Another theory suggests that this wasn't just any ship, it was carrying something of enormous importance, something that a secretive group wanted to hide forever. Some researchers believe that the Knights Templar, or a later group inspired by them, transported something valuable across the ocean. Theory 3: A treasure hoarder's final stand. There's another possibility: this wasn't a pirate raid or a secret society operation. It could have been an individual or group who had amassed a massive fortune and wanted to hide it for themselves. Whether it was a rogue captain, a wealthy smuggler, or a group of exiled sailors, someone might have chosen to sink their ship as a last-ditch effort to keep their wealth from falling into the wrong hands. The road to hidden treasure. The discoveries in the swamp are unlike anything the team has ever seen before. This was not an accident. Something important happened here, and someone went to great lengths to cover it up. With modern scanning technology, the team is getting closer than ever to seeing what's really beneath the swamp. If there is an entire ship buried there, what's inside could completely change history. One thing is certain: whoever hid this ship didn't want anyone to find it. But after centuries of mystery, the truth may finally be coming to light.